Hello everyone, it is currently 4 in the morning and me and James are off to Lapland.
Quite sick.
Isn't it? This is so sick. This feels a bit surreal. I feel like I'm in a dream, don't you? This feels really weird. Like this is our home for the next 4 nights. It's quite small. Room tour, this is the room. Oh my god, what a journey. So what even is the time now? Is it like, oh, there we go.
2:45.
So we have been up since 3 AM this morning. Our flight was at 6 AM and then we landed, I think they're 2 hours ahead of us here. So we landed about 9 AM our time. It was a 3-hour flight and like 11 AM their time in Finland. Oh my god, what a background. I'm just gonna rest you guys here. And basically it took quite a long time because we booked our trip through TUI. That means that they sort of collect you from the airport and there was like loads of coaches and stuff that everybody got on. Are you okay? Great. But we were the last, I was gonna say hotel. It's not really a hotel, it's more of like it's called the Isaki village. And this is one of the glass cabins. So on TUI, I think it was called the Isaki Glass Village. And yeah, ours was the last stop on the coach. So they sort of went round everyone else's hotels first or like cabins first and then came to us. It took a good few hours and we went to sort of like the centre of Ruka first, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's sort of like the closest like main area to us because we're literally in the middle of the woods. And so we went there first to pick up some sort of like snow gear. So we got some snow boots and some snow suits, which we didn't actually realise were part of the package because when we initially booked with TUI, it did say that you would get snow gear included. But then when we went onto our booking and the itinerary, it literally had no information about the trip other than the flights and the coach transfer. It didn't mention anything about like activities or snowsuits or like snow equipment or anything, and so we just went ahead and booked our own activities through the hotel. And then we've got one on Thursday which is through TUI, which we booked on the app, but it didn't mention anything else. And then we got here and they were like, okay, so here are all your times for like the Husky and Reindeer taster sessions and the snowmobiling taster session and your visit to Santa and your like Santa's dinner. And we were like, we didn't know that we were doing that. And obviously it's a trip. Lapland is usually, like the package holidays are usually designed for kids. We didn't really come here to meet Santa. We just sort of came here to do like the snow activities and also just for the beautiful scenery. And I have wanted to come to Lapland for years, like since I was a teenager. And yeah, I'd just seen people go to Lapland and I love the snow. And it's very snowy here in the winter and there's a potential chance that we might see the Northern Lights. And I've just realised the floor is heated and the roof is heated. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do, because we'd already booked and paid for these activities, which are a husky ride tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow evening we've got a reindeer sleigh ride, which is a search for the Northern Lights. And then Friday we've got the snowmobiling, and then Saturday we've got a free day, and then Sunday we fly home. So it's a very, very, very quick trip. But yeah, we're so excited. It's been such a long day of traveling, but we're so happy to actually be here. And I think what we're probably going to do in a bit is like get settled in, might put on a little bit of makeup, and then we'll probably get a taxi into Ruka and go for some dinner. The restaurant at the sort of like resort that we're staying in is actually fully booked tonight, and so we're gonna have to find some food somewhere else. But there was a really good looking burger place in the sort of like main ski resort place, which I think is about like a 20-minute taxi. She said it was going to be about like 25 to 30 euros, so it is quite expensive here. But apparently in Finland the average wage is 5 times higher than in the UK, so everything is a bit more expensive. But we just bought some Pringles and a pot noodle and a Twix bar from the reception. They had a couple of snacks. That was about it really, just some chocolate bars and like Pringles and stuff. These are our surroundings. I will just pop you outside in a sec and show you, but we're literally like in the middle of the woods. It is so snowy, it's beautiful. Our cabin has got a glass roof and these are our beds. It is 2 singles, but they're sort of like pushed together. And everything is so cozy. It's really warm in here actually. We've got a little table where we can eat our breakfast and any food that we cook. James is just in the bathroom, and then ooh, I should have brought some stuff to make a hot chocolate. I would definitely buy some from the supermarket. We've got a microwave, a kettle, is that a coffee machine, and then a safe, which is great. I'm guessing this is a fridge. Yep, we've got a little hob, some basic stuff, and then, oh, okay, we've got a bin and some cleaning stuff, and then just some pots and pans. And yeah, this is our little home for the next few days. All our stuff is here. It takes up half the room. Look at these icicles. It is currently, I think, like -12 out here, so I'm not going to be out here for long because I don't have gloves on and I'm wearing James's shoes and I'm just wearing a hoodie. But surprisingly, it doesn't actually feel that cold. I'm sure it will in a minute, but God, I love the noise of the crunching snow. But look, I can hear some kids sledging over there. Look at our surroundings. And this is us, number 7. Okay, I am starting to get cold and I've just fallen into the ground. The whole reason that this is a glass roof, oh look, you can see me, is because hopefully we'll be able to see the northern lights. And if we do have the northern lights, we'll just be able to look up, obviously when all the lights are off, and we'll be able to see the sky. I think it's too cloudy today, but they said we might have a chance to see them on Saturday. But yeah, it's all just like glass everywhere. You can close this if you want to, but if you couldn't already tell, in Lapland it gets dark very early, and so I'd imagine by the time we go to bed it will probably be dark, like dark enough that we might not have to use the blinds, but we'll see. Yeah, I think they have like only a couple hours of daylight in the winter. Guys, look at the current temperature. It's -14, and they did say that apparently in the night, oh my god, -21. Tomorrow morning, even tomorrow morning at 11 AM and 12, it's going to be -21. Wow. We're about to head out into this, and we're going to walk down. Oh crap, the bus comes in 15 minutes. Better walk down there then. We're going to go for a little wander. I don't really think you're going to be able to see anything, and I need to put my gloves on. This looks like the little cabins from Frozen. And we are frozen. I don't even know if it's focused properly because I can't tap the screen. I've got my gloves on, but how cute. This is the main building of the resort. Oh wow, the sunset. I don't actually know if that can't be the sunset. You're right, I think it's just lights, but it kind of does look like something is on fire. Hi. We're just waiting for the bus. Hopefully it shows up, because apparently they're not very regular around here. But yeah, fingers crossed. It is so dark. Imagine if I was doing this and then the northern lights are just on top of me and I didn't even notice. They're not, are they? No. Wow. It's a full-on ski resort. Look at that slope. I would love to. Oh my god, look how high it is. Oh, this is so pretty. This burger looks so good. Love how there's a Subway here. I will give you 5 seconds in the comments to guess what we found in the supermarket, and that is in that bag. There we go, we've got some light. I was gonna say it's so dark that it wouldn't even focus. We actually had a really nice meal. We had a burger in a restaurant which it was either called...
It was called
Ruok.
Are You Okay?
We think it was supposed to be Are You Okay?
No, yeah, because I went on the website and then and it literally said Are You Okay?
Got it.
That doesn't look real.
It doesn't, does it? It's like solid though.
It's like...
It's beautiful. James, don't ruin it.
Oh. Did you get that on camera? Yeah. Oh. How deep it is. You can sample it. Oh wait. Yes it is.
We walked around and we went in a couple of the shops where everything is crazily priced.
It's a beautiful place though.
It is a beautiful place.
Beautiful small little like town.
And they have the ski slope and everything. How much were our burgers? We got 2 cheeseburgers and fries.
Two
and it was 48 quid.
Yeah.
48 euros. We went to the supermarket, got some bits. Got some Cocoa Pops. They were there, so I bought them. We got a taxi back. We didn't walk the whole way. Don't, it will go in your boots.
Oh my god, look how deep it is here.
And here we are. We're back in our little cabin. I love it so much in here. It's so warm. The floors are heated. In the bathroom and in the like main little studio room. It is so cozy, and it is... What's the time? It's 6:46 p.m, which back home is 4:46 p.m. But we haven't up since 3 a.m, so we're just gonna get ready for bed. I don't think we're gonna be able to see the Northern Lights, because even if we were able to, the best time to see them is between 11 and 1, like 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. And we're probably gonna be asleep way before then, but we downloaded an app which is supposed to sort of tell you the aurora activity levels, and it can send you notifications. We might set an alarm for 11 just so that we can wake up and check the app and check the sky and see if we can see anything, because it was really cloudy earlier, but just as we went out to dinner when we were waiting at the bus stop, we could see all the stars and all the clouds had moved. So yeah, I don't think that I can't remember, is it the KP levels or something? I don't think that they're that high today, but we'll still look up for them anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna get myself ready for bed. I wanna see what it looks like. Oh, you can't see anything. If we see any Northern Lights, I will try and show you on camera, but we're actually gonna go to sleep. I will see you guys in the morning for some husky riding and reindeer sleighs. Okay. Well, we can't see anything at all, just the reflection of my light in the ceiling. But me and James have both just seen shooting stars. It's like 2 in the morning and we're watching for the Northern Lights because we can't sleep, but the sky is so clear but you can't even see it. So my camera on video mode didn't pick up what we could see, but I took some photos and they turned out so much clearer. It was such a clear night. We saw so many beautiful stars. Unfortunately not the Northern Lights, but it was still beautiful, and we both actually saw a shooting star as well. Good morning everybody. I just went to sit back on the bed, and like at home we've got a headboard that comes up high, and I completely forgot we didn't have a headboard and just smashed my head on the wall. So good morning to me. It is currently, I think it's about 11 a.m. We ended up sleeping in and not going to breakfast just because we were both so tired. I had such a we both had such a disrupted sleep last night, because every like half hour we kept waking up and looking at like for the Northern Lights, because the sky got really clear about 2 a.m. and it said on the app that there was about like, I think it was 19% chance of seeing the Northern Lights. So we were like looking out the windows and like standing up and looking out the roof and stuff, and we just couldn't sleep for ages. Yeah, we decided that we would just lie in this morning and catch up on some sleep, because yesterday was such a long day. But we're both still really tired. I think I'm now gonna have some breakfast, and then yeah, we are gonna head out to a husky ride which we've got this morning, and then this evening at about 7 we've got a reindeer sleigh ride for 2 hours, which is a search for the Northern Lights. But to be honest, I don't think we're going to see them because they usually come out around sort of like midnight. Yeah, we're really, really excited. We were trying to figure out, yeah, there's definitely, I think that is a bit of blue sky. I think it's actually about -20 out there, so it's going to be pretty chilly. We're going to need to wrap up warm. I just opened the curtains on one side. What a view to wake up to. It looks like it's just like a still image or like a painting on the wall, but that's actually outside. I just realised I never showed the bathroom in my vlog. This is the bathroom. It's really nice actually. Look at the size of this bowl. These are the only bowls that are in the cupboard. That's the sunset, yeah? Or is it the sunrise?
That's the sunset.
Wow. How stunning. We're literally in Winter Wonderland. We're on our way to see some huskies. Are you excited?
Well excited.
Oh, hello. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Ah, this is so sick!
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so peaceful.
It's Christmas Eve.
happy to see you.
Hello! You want more? You want a big old fuzz, huh?
Big old
fuzz. Hi.
We've just got back to where we're staying, and I thought I'd show you in the daylight, because I don't think I did yesterday. I'm not really sure what these buildings are. Oh, the lake is down here, James! So there's a few different buildings, and then I think we've actually come the wrong way. The main building is just over there. This is the restaurant just in front of me, just here. My camera's so cold that now we've come inside, the lens is fogged up. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to wait for my camera to warm up. Tech and cold weather is not a good mix. My nose is actually red from the cold. I did have blush on my nose, but now my whole nose is just red because it was so cold. But that was really fun, wasn't it?
It was so much fun. To be honest, like, seeing how they're kept is quite distressing.
It was quite upsetting.
They were in like they were in cages. They were decently sized and they had somewhere to sleep. Huskies are bred to be in the cold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, obviously they are dogs that are sort of built to keep warm because they're really fluffy, and obviously, like, in the wild, dogs like that would live outside in snowy conditions anyway, but it was quite, like, upsetting at the start to sort of see them all there, which is why, like, when we got there, and sort of when we went towards the sledges and stuff to get into them, I didn't film any of that, I didn't take any pictures, just because, like, just to be honest, like, it wasn't very nice. We were sort of looking at each other like, oh, we had no idea it was going to be like that, because they're all sort of like barking. They just sort of wanted to go and like get going, but obviously they have to wait around for ages for people to get in the sledges and everything. And once we actually started going and they started running, it seemed like that's what they wanted to do. Like, they were raring to go and wanted to run, and they seemed fine when they were actually like pulling the sleigh, because it moves so easily on the snow. It just sort of like skids along.
The people who were working there seemed to like love the dogs as well, so they were all petting them afterwards. Like,
we were giving them a good old belly rub,
sort of like belly rub, and they were all the dogs were friendly, and that people working there were doing that exactly the same to the dogs, like, and just showing them love.
Well, we obviously never had done anything like this before. Nobody really sort of shows that in the pictures of husky rides. They just show like the picture of the husky ride, and so we didn't really know sort of like what to expect, and it was fun, and it was an amazing experience, and you know, one of those things is sort of like a once in a lifetime thing. But I don't know, you know what, I don't know if I would do it again. Maybe it's not like that, like everywhere. I don't know, has anyone been to Lapland and done a husky ride? Did you have the same experience? What are you drinking?
It tastes like Coke, but
it's got a bee on it.
It's got bees on it, so I don't know if it's like Coke and honey.
Oh, maybe. Can I try it?
I like it.
Mercu. Oh, not too keen on that. Tastes like a mixture of Coke and Red Bull. I've just got to show you guys something that we bought in the shop yesterday. Dad, Andrew, and Mum, if you're watching, skip the next 30 seconds. It's not super important, but just something that I found that I had to get my family for Christmas. I put them in the fridge because it's really warm in our little place. Moomin chocolate. So I got 4 bars. How cool. So the time is currently like 10 to 3. We've got to be back at the reception for 10 to 7. So we've got about 4 hours. But I think we're going to try and get some dinner before we go on the reindeer thing, because it's 2 hours long, and so we'll be getting back here about like 9. Might go into town now. This is a medium. This is large. It's not even coming across on camera how big it is. That is the biggest pizza I've ever seen. This is where we've just been. Coty Pizza. It was very nice. We've just got back on the bus to our little chalet. We did a quick little supermarket shop, and James actually spotted these. Again, Dad, specifically, if you're watching, skip forward 30 seconds. We found some more Moomin stuff. These are some Moomin Mints. And then we got some sachets of hot chocolate so that we can make it in the room. James got some more Oreo. And then we got these. Honestly, I've got no idea what it is, but I just wanted to try it. So I'm going to Google what this means. I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try and guess what it is before Googling what it is. Maybe like a chewy, fruity kind of thing. James, it's licorice. Maybe it's not regular licorice, but I think it is. What is licorice?
It's like sambuca.
It doesn't taste like that. It tastes fruity. I have no idea what this is. I don't really like it. It is licorice. Inside the Moomin wrapper hides a soft licorice bar with a berry, blueberry, raspberry filling. Cool.
I will stop the reindeers, and then you can take more photos. That's one of our biggest reindeers.
Oh, They're so cute.
You bestie.
Hey.
Yeah, just be careful you don't put yourself in your eye.
Oh, it's so cute. Hello.
Really?
They don't know by themselves how big they are, so
Yeah.
just wave the head and
They're a lot bigger than you'd actually think.
yeah.
Yeah, their antlers are
The
huge.
handlers are massive.
Just be careful it doesn't suddenly stand up. Whoa.
Do you want to try?
Yeah, okay.
How we move the reindeer.
On the ears are.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh no, my camera's steamed up again. But that was a really cool experience, and the guy that sort of took us round, it was literally just us and 4 other people. And then there was the tour guide, and he was telling us that apparently, did he say it's the oldest reindeer farm in Finland?
It's one of the
Or
eldest
one of the oldest, and he's the 6th generation that's working on the farm?
of reindeer herder.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
his great granddad.
granddad, like 160 to 170 years old. Or
Yeah, so it was really cool, and like he was really knowledgeable about the reindeer and was sort of like telling us about the reindeer farm. And yeah, it was really interesting, and he was a really nice guy. But I do just want to say one thing: if you are visiting Lapland, we were slightly disappointed in that. Basically, we booked the 2 activities today, so the husky and the reindeer, through the like the hotel sort of resort place that we're staying with, and I booked it all via email and everything, and it said in the email that for the huskies that it would be a 2-hour safari. We were like at the sort of husky area for 2 hours, however the actual husky ride was probably
I think the husky rail was about 45 minutes.
Oh, it was shorter than that. It was about half hour, I think. And then after that, we sort of got off the huskies, and then we got to go in and have a hot drink, and we got a sausage and some cinnamon buns, which was really nice, actually. And then after that, we were sort of wandering around like, what do we do now? Because there wasn't a sort of tour guide that came with us. I think the husky one was €150 each. And then for the reindeer one, it said in the email that it was going to be a 2-hour reindeer safari, and it was described as, wait, let me read it, what it was actually described as. So it says in the email, reindeer sleigh ride to search for the northern lights. Price is €160 per person. This one also takes about 2 hours. I sort of took that as it was a reindeer sleigh ride for 2 hours to sort of take you to different places and the best locations to sort of see the northern lights, which I wish that we'd done a little bit more research beforehand, because like since being here and downloading the sort of Aurora app and looking into it a bit more, the northern lights usually come out around sort of midnight, so going on a sleigh ride between 7 and 9 you're probably not going to see the northern lights anyway, which is fine, but I just wish that they hadn't sort of titled it that. And also as well, the whole time we were on the reindeer farm was literally for 1 hour. We got there at 7 and then the taxi picked us up again at 8, and the actual reindeer ride itself was a 20-minute ride, and it was really cool, but you couldn't really see much. We basically got off, we got to feed the reindeers, which was really fun actually, and then we walked up the hill and like went into their little shop. Hi guys, so please excuse the state of me. I just wanted to jump in here because I did actually end up cutting out an extra bit of my vlog, which I did film while we were there, like a couple days later. I think it was the next day actually. Basically, we ended up finding the same reindeer activity on the official Rukka website for €69 each, whereas we had paid €160. It was at the exact same farm. It had an accurate description of our activity, so like a 20-minute reindeer ride, the feeding the reindeers, and then visiting the shop, and the whole thing it said would take an hour. And so then we were kind of like, oh okay, that is what we ended up doing, and it was a lot cheaper. And so I didn't want to just sort of include this in the vlog, and I didn't want to not let the company know that we booked it from, because I just wanted to check, like, was there some kind of mistake with the booking? Maybe we were sent on the wrong activity. I wanted to sort of give them a chance to sort of explain. And they did actually get back to me. They were very, very apologetic, and they've offered us a refund. And so I just wanted to include that here because they were very, very sorry, and they said that they had a new employee or something and it wasn't explained well enough in the email. And yeah, basically I just wanted to update that they did offer me a refund and they were very apologetic, so all sorted. Oh, and we did buy something. We bought this, which is a little, what did he say it was? It says it's like eco dishware, and I think he said it's made entirely out of recycled plastic. And this is what we actually drank our hot drinks from earlier at the Husky place. Recyclable and burnable, your best friend when out and about in nature. And so yeah, we got one of these little cups that comes with a spoon, just as a little souvenir. This was 19 euros. But yeah, that was our reindeer sleigh ride experience. And we've actually tomorrow just had to, well, not just had to, a few hours ago we got a message from TUI saying that our snowmobiling, it was supposed to be at 1 p.m, but they said that there isn't enough people to go at 1 p.m, so could we move to the 9 a.m. slot. So we're doing that tomorrow morning, which I think we're actually kind of glad about, because even though we're going to have to be up and ready earlier, we should get some more daylight. We should get some more daylight, and hopefully we will see the sunset, because I think the sunset's about 11 a.m. So yeah, that should be really fun. So I guess I will see you guys tomorrow for snowmobiling. I think we have a slightly higher chance of seeing the Northern Lights today than yesterday, but I think the highest chance is probably Friday and Saturday, because it's said that the KP levels are supposed to be around 3. I think the KP goes from like 1 to 9 or 10, and obviously 10 is like the strongest, and 0 is nothing. So yesterday it was at a 2, but it's supposed to be 3 tomorrow, so fingers crossed. And we are just gonna probably sit here and eat some of our leftover pizza that we took back with us. I'm gonna have a hot chocolate and a Pepsi from the fridge, and should we watch a film?
Yeah.
So weird waking up to darkness. Oh, my camera makes it look lighter than it is. It is very dark outside. Yeah, my camera makes it look like it's daylight. Well, not daylight, but like, you know.
That's what happens when we get up early for once.
I know. Yeah, but normally it would be brighter than this. It's like 8:30. It's a beautiful morning. I think this is us. Wow. Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
Hello.
I know it is. I feel like a bobblehead.
Yeah, I feel like a bobblehead as well.
This is one of the best days of the trip.
Yeah?
It's so pretty. Wow. Oh, that is so beautiful. What is this orange igloo? We are back in our little cabin, and we've just had a hot chocolate. Actually, we made one of the sachets of like the powdered hot chocolate. And honestly, normally with those types of things, if it's hot chocolate powder that you're supposed to mix with water, I do like half water and half milk, because they're normally just like really watery. But we didn't add any milk, and it was really nice, because I might have accidentally left the milk out of the fridge before we left this morning, so we're gonna have to buy some more milk. But it's 1:45, and we just went outside and took some pictures while it was still light, because there was the sunset and everything. And yeah, oh, the sunset actually looks beautiful now. This is what it looks like. We're outside, but we're not. There's glass here. But this is what it currently looks like outside. You can sort of see the sunset back there. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to get dark over this way, and I don't really know what we're gonna do now, because James was really keen yesterday to do the sauna thing where you jump in a frozen lake and then go in the sauna, or like you go in the sauna, jump in the frozen lake, then go back in the sauna. But he's now changed his mind, I think. Have you changed your mind?
I think I'll probably do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
I thought that there might be a chance we got to see the Northern Lights today, but I looked at the forecast and it looks like it's going to be cloudy later. However, the forecast does change quite quickly. Like on the other nights where it's been cloudy, there's been some times where it's sort of cleared up for a bit. So yeah, we're just gonna chill for a bit, I think. And then yeah, tomorrow is our last day. Or like our last full day, and then we fly home on Sunday morning. But yeah, oh my god, the snowmobiling was so fun. I highly recommend it if anyone is going anywhere snowy, because I've done snowmobiling once before in Iceland and it was so much fun, and this was also so much fun. It was amazing. Did you enjoy it?
I had so much fun.
It was so good. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. And also the company that we went with, we booked this one through TUI and it was really good actually. Although we didn't get, with the husky experience that we did, we got like a free sausage and a drink. With this one you did have to pay for the sausages, but honestly that's fine because
The sausages were like €1.
yeah,
so
it was like €1.
But what you got to do was that you were able to go and sort of host it on the fire, which was really cool.
And the whole like indoor area there was so cool. It was like a traditional sort of like log cabin with candlelight and like fire and everything. It was really cool. I do just want to be honest about these things, obviously, because if anybody is visiting Lapland, I would highly recommend going onto the website of the sort of town that you're staying in. So obviously we're staying like 10 minutes from Ruka. I would have a look on there because they've got the whole list of activities with different companies. Check out the activities first with different companies to sort of like see the pricing and everything. So yeah, just a little tip.
Also, if you do go to Ruka, go to that reindeer farm if you're going to book it. Honestly, it was amazing.
It was really cool.
Good.
And also, we saw on there as well that there's another one that you can do, which I think it costs like €25, where you can go and feed the reindeer for their breakfast, and it's like, I think over 100 reindeer, and you go there at 9 AM and you can give them their breakfast, which is really cool. I would recommend that pizza place. The pizza place we went to yesterday.
Oh god, like that was...
It was really good. We weren't sure about it at first.
It was really good, but if you're like if you've got an appetite, get the large. It's huge. So I could probably put up a picture like right here.
Yeah, we'll put a picture
of how big my pizza actually was. I was like, yeah, I'll have a large, and it cost like €20. In all fairness, like that, like was massive.
We could have shared one.
Oh yeah, we could have just shared that easily.
I don't know where we're gonna go for dinner tonight. We probably will go back into Ruka. And then I think tomorrow, what I really, really want to do is get up early, get either the bus or a taxi into town, and go on one of the gondolas up to the top of the ski slope, because you can do that if you're not skiing. I think they said it was a €12 return up to the top and then back again. And I think there's a couple restaurants like on the side of the slope. And apparently the view up there is amazing, and it's great to see the sunset and sunrise. So we're probably going to do that tomorrow morning. And yeah, what else did we want to do while we're here? Maybe do the sauna, maybe see the northern lights.
Oh, I'd love to.
I don't know if we will. I think tomorrow will probably be our best chance, but anyway, I've been recording this for 10 minutes. I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys later if we go out anywhere. Hello everybody, we are about to head out into town. James actually had a nap. I was like, don't have a nap because then you won't sleep later, because we both have not been sleeping well at all, just because of the 2-hour sort of time difference, and because we keep checking the sky to see if there's any northern lights. And yeah, it's now about... It's 4:05. We are just going to go outside and wander down to the bus stop. We think we might go to the steakhouse tonight, but it depends if we can actually get in there. I'm sure we will be able to, because we're going early. What we've been doing every day pretty much is having an early dinner.
I was hungry earlier.
Yeah, we just keep getting hungry, I guess, because we haven't really had like proper lunches.
We've been doing activities on those days. So
yeah,
it's like you get like a little snack afterwards, and like you get a drink. So in all fairness, it does fill you up a little bit. Then we start feeling a bit hungry at about 4.
Now.
Yeah, nowish. So it's like oh, we might as well just have an early dinner and just save ourselves some money.
I haven't actually checked this morning, but I think this morning it was about -20 for the activities and stuff. Obviously for the husky ride, we just wore like our own stuff. So like thermals, jumper, and a coat, and then obviously on the legs we've got thermals, ski trousers, thick socks and boots. But we learned after the huskies that it was probably the best idea to wear the suits. We thought we were going to be way too hot in them, but obviously when it is -20 and you're not moving and you're sitting in a husky sleigh, you get colder than you might think. And so from that point onwards, we then wore thermals, then jumper, then a coat, then the ski suits. I wore a thin pair of gloves, then my ski gloves, 2 pairs of thick socks, and the ski boots, and obviously like ski trousers and the leggings and everything. So we've been really wrapping up warm, but I think, yeah, in the evenings it's not as bad because obviously we're walking around and stuff. and inside, and all of the buildings inside are so warm. So yeah, that's the great thing that they do in Finland. They're really good at sort of like insulating buildings and stuff. Okay, it's -14. Tomorrow, oh my god, James, it's gonna be warm tomorrow. It's gonna be -7. On the Aurora app, it says, are you kidding me? It says tonight there's gonna be 100% cloud coverage. But the KP levels at 5 AM are going to be 3. I wonder what the cloud coverage would be like at 5 AM. Oh, so it says realistic KP in the next hour, 0. So we thought that today was going to be a good day, but maybe not because it's too cloudy. So we've got tomorrow, which is our last day to potentially see them. On Monday, it's going to be a really good chance of seeing them. And they actually said to us, like the 2E tour guide said that the past like 3 or 4 days before we arrived, they saw them every day. So we might have just missed them, which is so gutting. So fingers crossed. We just had a lovely meal. Oh, it's not even focused. Is it focused?
Yeah, it looks focused.
The reason I've got my mask on when we're outside is because
it's fucking freezing.
Cold. It's about -15, but it actually feels colder because there's a little bit of wind and it's like icy wind. Yeah, our meal was really nice actually. We're just walking down to the alcohol shop.
We had an insane meal.
Yeah, the people that work there were really nice actually. Everyone here that we've met, in terms of like the staff and everything,
They're
so
actually
nice.
so nice, and actually they seem really happy as well.
Yeah.
They seem like everyone's just in a good mood, and it's such a nice...
Even the bus driver was like giving us a thumbs up.
Giving us thumbs up and everything. Like the people today when we did snowmobiling, giving high fives all around. They're just
that's true.
so cheery and just so... I don't know, it's just so nice.
Yeah, we met a lovely waiter at the end of our meal who was telling us about a national park that we should go and visit, so we might actually do that tomorrow. We're going to look into it. Also, fun fact, when it's this cold outside, I can feel ice on my nose hairs, like from the moisture inside my nose that has frozen, which is the weirdest feeling when I breathe in. It's like icicles up my nose. But yeah, we're just walking to the alcohol shop. Oh my god. We bought so much in the souvenir shops, and I'm not even going to show you what I got. Actually, I might show you the stuff that I got for myself, but I got a lot of presents for my family. And we're just heading down to the alcohol shop to look for some lacquer, which is like a cloudberry alcohol, and cloudberries are in the Moomins. If you have followed me for a while, in my first eyeshadow palette with Revolution, there is a shade called Cloudberry, and we want to try some Cloudberry stuff. I'm gonna fall down the hill.
We cross here and just go straight down the road.
Yeah. If anyone was curious what the roads look like, this is them. Hello everyone. We ended up walking down the hill to Alco, which is the alcohol shop. And we asked the lady in there, because we looked around and we thought that the stuff we were after was called lacquer, like L-A-K-K-A, but we asked her if she had anything with cloudberries, and she picked out one wine that was made locally with cloudberries, and then a liquor that was made with cloudberries, so we bought both of those. I'm not sure if they were sort of like the traditional ones, but they seemed great, so we got both of those. They're going to be quite heavy in the suitcase, but the idea was that because my brother and his girlfriend are coming down for New Year, and yeah, hopefully all the family can sort of try it. So yeah, we got those, and then we actually then walked all the way back up the hill towards the ski slope, and then got a taxi from there. And we've just got back in now. It's about 7:30, and I will show you in a sec the stuff that I got from the gift shop that's not presents for my family. We found these Moomin biscuits and Moomin strawberry biscuits. To be honest, I've got no idea what these are going to be like, but we saw them in the supermarket because we popped into the alcohol shop, and next door they had a supermarket, but it wasn't like a tourist sort of shop, because everywhere else that we visited was sort of in the main sort of ski resort of Ruka, where everything is tourist prices. But these were just in the regular supermarket, so we got these in one of the souvenir shops actually in the ski resort. They had a whole Moomin section, and I got myself some socks. I also got myself a hat. Everything was quite expensive. The hat was 22 euros, and then the socks were I think around like 8 or 9 euros, which isn't actually too bad, but you know, we don't have this kind of stuff back home, and I just saw this and I absolutely loved the little embroidered bit on it. And they did have other designs and other colours as well, but I just really liked the green one. Got these two from the alcohol shop. We got the Cloudberry liquor, and then we got this local Cloudberry wine. Got some lacquer sweets. I think these are sweets. So I bought them. They don't have any English on them, but I'm going to try them in a second. And then the final thing that I got, and we're actually going to go back tomorrow so that I can get more stuff. I got myself 2 t-shirts because if you guys have followed me for a while, you probably know that this kind of stuff is exactly my style. I know that it's not to everyone's taste, but I love t-shirts and sweatshirts like this, and I've actually got a collection of vintage t-shirts with wolves on exactly like this. Sorry, not t-shirts, sweatshirts. If they'd have had this in a sweatshirt, I would have snapped it right up. But they had these t-shirts. This one was on sale, so it'd be rude not to. How gorgeous is that t-shirt? It's just like a basic one, but it's got the like stars and the wolf and the moon. And then this one has got bears on it, and I've actually got a really similar one from back home in the UK, which is by an artist that doesn't even make the t-shirts anymore, but this one is just a bit more dramatic. So I got this, and this one was €19.90. So we did go a bit crazy with the souvenirs, but to be honest, my case was quite light on the way out. That's what I got for now. We're gonna try the Cloudberry Sweets. I put my hat on, by the way. I need to take the label off. Oh, they smell kind of weird. So it looks like this. I thought it was going to be orange, but it's more like yellowy. Oh, they're such a nice texture. They're really soft. I don't know how to describe the taste. I don't know. It tastes sort of like a melon sweet with honey. Very nice. Yeah, I'm trying to put my finger on what sort of flavour it reminds me of, but I don't really know. What does it taste like to you?
It tastes like a soother.
A soother? What's a soother?
Say something medically.
Does it?
New is bad, curiosity is bad, going out at night is bad, basically anything fun is bad.
Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday today, and we are heading to the ski slope. Sorry if it's a bit shaky. We're carrying these bags of our overalls and boots that we need to take back that we got through TUI, and so we're going to take these back. We're getting a taxi into Ruka. We're going to go up the mountain, and then we're going to visit a national park, which is the one that the waiter recommended to us yesterday. So yeah, we are on our way. It's a lovely day today. It's about like 10:30 right now, and I think the sun is just about to rise. Well, it's definitely risen a bit because it's sort of bright, but it's still a little bit.
It's very cloudy.
Yeah, it's very cloudy. I don't actually really know if we're going to see anything, but we're going to go up the mountain anyway. Oh my god, I'm really scared.
I hate heights.
It's really high. Here we go, guys. We're in the gondola.
Oh, this is actually making me quite anxious.
Oh my god. Oh, it's rocking. It's rocking. Oh, this isn't too bad. It's not too bad, is it?
It's horrible. No, to be fair, it's smooth, but I am literally like...
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, God.
Oh, cacking it a little bit.
Also, guys, we have a slight dilemma. We paid for these tickets up to the top of the mountain. Why are you stopping?
I think we slowed down because of people getting on.
Christ. Okay. Okay.
We're just angling.
Okay, we're just swinging. There's just some trees down here. You can't even see on camera how high it is. So I had this lovely idea of going up the mountain to watch the sunrise, but I don't know if you can tell. It's really cloudy. We cannot see shit. Oh my fucking god.
I have no idea where we get off.
I'm guessing it's just up here. I think it's just up here.
Whenever it opens, yeah.
Yep. Oh lord.
Does it go further?
I don't know.
I think it goes further. Yeah, it goes further down to the other side.
So that's... Do we get off here?
I've got no idea. No. This is just for skiing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, this is the Sarua top. We want to go to Ruka Valley.
Do we?
I think, yeah.
Oh, this is so scary. We didn't get off at the right place. We thought that it kept going and that we could get off at another bit, but we were supposed to get off right at the top. so I think we're gonna have to come back round. Guys, we messed up.
Yeah, we messed up big time.
Turns out there's no restaurants or cafes on top of the mountain. For some reason I thought there was a cafe on top of the mountain. I swear that's what that girl said to us the other day. She was like, oh, you can go up there as a pedestrian and like get some food. So we were like, yeah, that sounds great. But maybe she meant we could get food from one of the restaurants that's sort of on like the side of the mountain. So we got to the top and it looked like it was all just for skiers, so we didn't get off. And then we thought it just continued on and maybe there was like another piece or something. Turns out there wasn't, and we just came back down the other side of the mountain. But I think we're gonna have a little wander. That's what we're doing right now. It's very beautiful, but it's such a cloudy... Oh my God. What are you doing?
Look, my foot went all the way through.
Oh my days.
It went all the way through.
It's because, yeah, it's like the riverbank.
Right, I think we might need to move off here because skiers are going to come here.
Okay, yeah, we should probably move.
So, I don't know what to do.
I think let's go back. Why don't we go to one of these bars? Look how cloudy it is. The whole thing is just a big cloud. This is the view from the top. Cannot see a thing because it's covered in clouds. Oh, it's still beautiful though. So many icy frosted trees. But I think we're gonna head back down now. Just because there's nothing really up here if you're not skiing. Yeah, we're going back down now and we're gonna get some food somewhere. We've just come up to the viewing platform. Big red thing covered in lights that was in the middle. Just have a little look. That is a lake, which we didn't even notice the past few days we've been here. But we were just up there in one of those. Whoa! Oh, that is so sick! It's snowing! Oh my God, this is the first time that we've actually seen it like full on snowing since we got here.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the snow. Actually, no, it did snow a little bit the other day, but this is like the heaviest snow that we've seen. We have just got back from town. We got a taxi back. We popped into the gift shop and got some more stuff. A couple bits for James's parents, a couple bits for us. We were going to go to a national park today. We mostly wanted to go to the national park to see the beautiful view, but because of the cloud we wouldn't be able to see any views, so we thought there's not really much point going to the national park. So instead what we've done is we've come back here to where we're staying and we've just booked to do a private sauna at 3 p.m, right?
Yes.
Which was €30 and we can use it for 55 minutes. And so yeah, we're gonna go in a sauna instead.
And one of the things, like a traditional thing in Finland apparently, is that you get really, really hot into the sauna and then you go jump in a nice lake. It's like a frozen lake. So I'm gonna be doing that. Also, I forgot to mention as well, we went to that Are You OK burger restaurant for lunch. Because James was quite hungry, hadn't had any breakfast, and not actually many of the restaurants were open, were they? There was only a couple. They opened at about 2 o'clock.
Yeah, and we were there about 12, so we went into the burger restaurant again. And honestly, if you ever come to Ruka, my camera ran out of memory just as I was filming that. Basically, I was saying if you ever come here and come to Ruka, I highly recommend going to Are You OK, the burger place, because the burgers were 10 out of 10. We're about to head off to the sauna. I'm gonna leave my camera here because I don't know if there's gonna be somewhere to sort of like put down our stuff. But I might bring my phone in its little waterproof case just in case we can get any kind of footage. Just got in here and this is not what we expected at all. Let me show you. It's literally our own little private room. There's even a little kitchen. There's a shower and a toilet, and then the sauna is just in there. How sick. What am I doing? Coming out here in a bikini chasing you with a camera. Oh my God, you're steaming so much.
Oh my God, soul has left my body.
That was awesome. Guys, that was so amazing. It was honestly, it was so much nicer than I thought, and I really wish that I brought my camera because, well, as you saw from the clip on my phone, it wasn't the best quality, but we had the whole room to ourselves. We kind of thought that it would maybe just be like a little, they might have like a sort of communal changing room and then they would have different private saunas, like just the little sort of wooden boxes that you go in, but it was a full building. They had a little kitchen and a seating area and a toilet and a shower and the sauna, and we had all of that to ourselves for the past hour, so it was really, really nice. I do have some footage of James running outside and dipping into the ice cold lake. Bearing in mind, the other day when we arrived, it was what, -20 2. Yesterday was -14. Today it's been around -7. So that water is very cold. I was too chicken to go in the lake. I dipped my foot in. It was very cold, so I decided against it. But yeah, even just standing out there in my swimming costume was quite nice after being in the sauna. We are on our way into Ruka for dinner. Why did I say it like that? For some dinner. For some dinner. And I just phoned to book a taxi. I'm very proud of myself. James was like, you phone him. I was like, okay. But yeah.
I know it's quite a simple thing to do, but considering Soph really...
James, should we sit on a bench?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the pretty Christmas tree. Ooh, I don't think you can see me very well right now. It looks like there's some cool lights behind me. It is not the Northern Lights. It is some light from, I don't know, a building or something. Yeah, we had a nice meal actually. We ate at a different pizza restaurant this time in town. Then we went into the supermarket again. I found another Moomin present for my parents, which I wish I could show you, but I'm not going to because they watch my vlogs and it's for Christmas.
We're on a walk, so we can't.
Yeah, and I don't have it with me.
That's
But
the lake there.
oh yeah, there's the lake. This is the lake that James jumped in earlier. Well, I mean, he didn't jump in it. He just, you know, he dipped into it. We're now just on a little walk. I have never heard this silence before. There's no birds, there's no...
Not heard one bird.
Yeah, I haven't heard a single animal while we're here. God, I hope we don't run into a bear. But we've decided to come for a little walk just around like the Isaki village where we're staying, because today was supposed to be the best chance of seeing the Northern Lights because the KP index or the KP level is at 3 right now. However, there is currently 100% cloud coverage. Thank you, James. Yeah, there's 100% cloud coverage, so it says we've got like a 1% chance of seeing them.
Left or right?
But we just thought we'd come out for a walk anyway, just in case. I completely forgot to show you guys earlier when we got back. These are the bits that I got myself from the gift shop. This was just the main gift shop in Ruka. Honestly, they had so much stuff, like every different type of gift and like really nice stuff as well. Some stuff that was handmade, some stuff that obviously isn't handmade, but I got these socks, which I just think are the cutest thing. And they're like nice thick ones, so I can wear them for dog walking and stuff. I think they were €7.90. And then I got myself this brown bear t-shirt, and I know that not everybody's gonna like this. A lot of people will probably absolutely hate it, but I just loved it. I think this bear looks so lovely and he's got a smile on his face, and this was €19.90. Hello everyone. So I've kept checking the Aurora app, and it says that in the next 20 minutes there's a 12% chance that we could potentially see the Northern Lights. So we just decided we're gonna take that, we're gonna go outside, and we're just gonna stand by the lake and wait, because you can see so much of the sky over the lake. And so we're just gonna go out there and see if we can see anything. We probably won't, but just in case, we thought we may as well go and give it one last shot. So yeah. Can't really see anything on camera. We just sat down here in front of the lake. James just cracked open a Pepsi. And we are facing north, which is where the Northern Lights currently are on the map, so we'll just sit and wait. And it's not that over there. That's the light from something else. I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's some dogs or some wolves that are howling. Okay, there's somebody shouting, so I think it must be like a nighttime husky ride.
Could be.
Because that's what they sounded like before we went. Right. We've been sitting out here for half an hour. The viewing probability is currently at 12%. It says in half an hour it's going to go up to 15%. We haven't seen anything. We're absolutely freezing our tits off. We're sitting on plastic bags in the snow.
I can't feel my bum.
James is now lying down on the floor.
It's a lot easier to lie down.
I feel like 15% is still a decent chance though. But it's not going to be 15% for another half an hour.
I don't think I could stay out here for another half an hour, considering that the temperature's getting lower.
Yeah, it is quite cold. Literally controlling my phone with my nose. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put in some pictures of what we've seen in the sky so far, but I definitely think that is just the light from Ruka and the ski slope that's sort of reflecting in the sky. because it's been like that for ages. We even saw that earlier today, so. Yeah, I keep like hallucinating and thinking that I can see something, and I really just think it's my mind playing tricks on me. I've just been staring at the sky for so long. This is what the map is saying. We are right there. So far, nothing, and I think we're gonna go in because we're getting really cold. Also, it's kind of confusing because it says 13% viewing probability now, and then obviously that goes up to 15% in 25 minutes. But then it says cloud coverage tonight 100%, and it did say that you won't be able to see them in the clouds. You can't even really see me, but we didn't see the northern lights in the end. We just came back to the room because we were out there for about 45 minutes, I think, and it was getting quite cold, and we have sort of been sitting in here with all the curtains open and everything, and the lights off because we finished watching The Croods, which we started watching yesterday but then ended up getting too tired and went to sleep. And so yeah, we sat here with all the curtains open, but we didn't see anything, so it just clearly wasn't meant to be this time. What can you do? We can't control Mother Nature. So yeah, we're gonna go to sleep now. Oh my god, it's 1:10. Gotta be up tomorrow. We're getting picked up at 10. Go to the airport and then we will be heading home, which is really sad, but it has been such an amazing trip. But I will talk to you more about it tomorrow. Good night. Bye, beautiful Lapland. We don't want to leave. It's been so magical. I don't want to go home. We're waiting by the bus stop. Yeah, we were just saying that we wish that we could stay just a couple more days, just so that we could fit in everything that we wanted to do, like go to the national park, because today it looks like you might actually be able to see the sunrise. And then I think on Monday they've got quite a strong chance of seeing the northern lights, so we wish that we could just stay a few days more. It is starting to snow. But yeah, we've just decided that we will have to come back. Hello everyone, we are now back. You can probably see a little bit of the cushion just because I'm balancing you on top of a stack of 4 cushions and then my laptop. I thought I would just very quickly talk through like a summary of the trip and things that we loved and things that we didn't love, and like things to look out for and what to expect if you are planning to book a trip to Lapland. So we booked our trip through TUI. The particular place that we stayed was called the Isaki Glass Village. I'm not gonna lie, it was an expensive holiday. You can definitely get cheaper places in Lapland, but you pay for the glass box thing because in the hopes that you'll see the northern lights, and then you know you'll get to see it all above you and you don't have to go outside to see them. Unfortunately, we didn't see them, so that's another thing. It's not guaranteed that you will see the northern lights. In Lapland in the winter, they only get a few hours of daylight, and so you can't see them other times of year, like in the summer and stuff, I don't think anyway. It's just sort of in the winter because it's like really dark. I would recommend the place that we stayed. It was really lovely. It was a lovely little area. It was very sort of isolated. I know that Lapland is, a lot of the time, there's a lot of kids that go there to see Santa and stuff. Whereas where we stayed was a lot more of a sort of like a adult sort of community, I got the vibe. And so it's probably not the best place to take your kids. There's probably a lot other more fun sort of places that you can stay, and they're probably more affordable as well. But yeah, I would recommend it. It was really lovely, and they have the saunas there, and you can just walk around. It's a really beautiful sort of park sort of area. Hello.
How do I do this?
Oh, did you put the moisture thing in it?
Yeah, it's there.
So you literally just peel off that strip. We just taken our PCR tests because if you aren't aware of what's going on in the UK and stuff, because of the Omicron variant of COVID, we had to, so these are the COVID things just quickly that we had to do at this current moment of time in December. We didn't have to take a test before we went because both me and James are double vaccinated. He's actually triple vaccinated. So we're double vaxxed, so we didn't have to take tests before we went, but we did anyway, just to be on the safe side. We had to show our proof of vaccination to enter Finland. In all of the restaurants in Lapland, we had to show our vaccination QR code things, and they scanned them. And then on the way back, we had to, basically 2 days before we flew back, so on Friday, we had to take some tests and sort of like register them online and stuff. and we ordered those before we went. It was a little bit stressful because literally like 2 days before we were set to fly out, the UK government said that we had to, like, everyone that is going away has to take a test 2 days before re-entering the UK, and so then we had to order these tests to be delivered really quickly so that we could pack them in our suitcases. So we did those tests. You then have to register the results, then they email you a certificate. So we had the negative test results certificate, we had our certificate of vaccination, we had to do a passenger locator form to show them at the airport. I think that was it. And then now that we're home, we have to do a PCR test and then isolate until we get the results for the PCR test. So that is everything that we had to do in terms of COVID. So back to the Isaki village, I would really recommend it. The people there were so friendly, and I've got to say, everyone that we met in Finland, like every worker and taxi driver and everyone, the bus driver, they were all so friendly, which was really nice. However, I wouldn't necessarily recommend booking your activities through them, just because, like I mentioned with the reindeer thing, like we found it much cheaper on the Ruka official website. So I would definitely recommend, depending on wherever you're staying in Lapland, look at that area's website for the different activities that you can book, and also look at different companies online to see the best prices and stuff. We paid by pretty much everything by card. We only took a little bit of cash with us, but most places actually preferred you to use card, so that was all fine, even in like the taxis and stuff. And yeah, the area that we stayed in was 10 minutes from Ruka, and a taxi into town was between like 18 and 25 euros depending on the day. On Saturdays after 4 p.m. the taxi prices go up. Things there were quite expensive, like the food was quite expensive. However, I do think that's because we were in quite a touristy area. It's like a ski resort sort of area. You will need to wrap up warm if you are going in the winter. Like on the first day that we got there, it was literally like minus 20 degrees. But if you are doing something like husky riding, snowmobiling, or the reindeer sleigh ride, I would recommend wearing 2 pairs of socks, a pair of thin gloves and a pair of ski gloves, and obviously like thermals. So like every day we were wearing thermals under all our gear. So I was wearing like thermal leggings, then my ski trousers, which are padded on the inside and then waterproof on the outside, and then like thermal long sleeve top, then a jumper, then a coat. Because we booked through TUI, there was some outer like snow all-in-one suits and some snow boots that we were able to borrow for the time that we were there, and we wore all of our own gear and then the snowsuits over the top of that because it was really bloody cold. Oh, I would also say, if you are booking through TUI, at the time that we booked, TUI was the only company that did direct flights to Lapland. Every other flight that we checked had to fly to Helsinki and then a changeover to Lapland, and it would take like 12 hours just because you have to wait around at the airport. So we ended up booking through TUI. However, it was definitely more expensive doing it that way, I think, because when I looked at the actual cost of the accommodation, it was a lot cheaper if we were able to book it separately. However, we had to book it through TUI because we wanted to get the direct flight. The Lapland trips with TUI, they only run in like December and January anyway, I think. They are definitely catered towards children, which, I mean, we kind of expected, but also because we booked outside of the kids' school holidays, we thought that there wouldn't be that many kids. The flight was full of kids. I don't know why they weren't in school, because no schools in the UK have broken up yet, but it was full of kids, and they definitely do cater towards children. So like you get on the plane and they say like, oh, we're going on a magical sleigh ride, and the staff are wearing like reindeer antlers. And when we got on the bus from the transfers to the airport, they were playing like kids Christmas, like Mickey Mouse Christmas kids music, which is fun. I'm sure it was really, really exciting for the children, and they had a great time. But me and James were sort of sitting there like, we're like one of the only couples here that don't have children. Another thing as well, if you are going with TUI and it's like a big coach full of people, they stop off at every single hotel, and ours happened to be the last one. And so our flight landed at the airport at like 11. We thought we were going to have the rest of that day to sort of explore. By the time we got to our hotel, it was like nearly 3 p.m. It took a good 4 hours to get everyone's snow gear and everyone to their hotel and get all the luggage off the coach, and everyone found their rooms and stuff. And so it was a long process. So if you don't want to faff about with all of that, I think next time if we were going, we would try and see if there were any sort of other ways that we could go not via TUI, and we just book a taxi from the airport. I think that would have been the easiest thing to do probably. But yeah, overall it was an amazing trip, and I am so happy that we were able to go. It was so great. It was so beautiful. Finland is such a beautiful country. I definitely want to visit other parts of Finland, and we definitely want to go back to Lapland. Maybe next time we would stay somewhere different, like maybe further north, so we have even more chance of seeing the northern lights. But yeah, it was incredible, and I'm so grateful that we finally went, and I think that's all I have to say about it. I'm gonna edit this vlog. I didn't actually really post anything until we got back. So we got back and now I'm posting on my Instagram stories and everyone's like, welcome to Finland. And I'm like, we're actually home. But it's just so, you know, for sort of like security reasons and privacy reasons and stuff. Yeah, I'm now gonna go. I hope you guys have enjoyed this and I hope it made you feel festive and I will see you in my next video. Bye.